Hi, it's Sandy Parker and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own gift bags. It's really simple. I hope you'll stay tuned. Well, before I show you how to make your own gift bag, I thought I would show you some of the nice things I got from friends, viewers. And the first one is from Frances in Scotland, and she made this really lovely card, and it's a biggie. It's about 8 1/4 inches by almost 6 inches, and it's just beautiful. And look at how she put the silver stamp of the butterfly in the inside, and I like how her square goes out over the edges of her sides of her card. Really pretty. She had to make her own envelope, and it has butterflies and bees all over it. I thought it was gorgeous as well. Thank you, Frances. I love it. And then my friend Elizabeth made me this card that's Halloween inspired because she knows Rich and I love Halloween. Look at the shimmer on that. So pretty. And then she found this, I'm not sure where. It might have been, as she likes to go to thrift stores, but I'm not sure if that's where she found it or not. But I'm in love with it. It's so beautiful, and it's leather bound, and then it has all of these really pretty signatures. A signature is the thing that holds the paper, and the paper is a really, I think it might be cotton of some kind, but it's textured. It might be for watercoloring. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna play with it, and of course you guys will be the first to see me play with it. Look how big it is. It's beautiful. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Frances, I love my card. You guys couldn't have made my day. I've had a really bad few weeks. For those of you who don't know, my sister is dying from a very rare infection that she has in her ear. She's been diabetic since she was 4, and so this infection is something that's fatal for people like her, unfortunately. And so I'm really trying to power through and be upbeat, but it's been a struggle the last couple months. So with that being said, let's make ourselves a gift bag. So in order to make our bags, I'm going to start with the very, very, very lightweight 12 by 12 inch cardstock. I'm not going to get rid of this this white part at the top that you get from pulling it out of the paper pad. And instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold down maybe an inch, maybe a little bit more of that paper. And you want to line it up. I'll show you this in just a second. There, maybe you can see it. I'm lining it up with this side. I don't know if you can see that, so that it's a straight fold, and that way you don't have to worry about your paper or your fold being off, because once you've got this straight with this side, then it's going to be a straight line all the way across. Now you want to make sure that this is completely folded down, and I also think it makes sense to put a little bit of glue stick underneath that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue stick just to make sure that that is going to be laying down the whole way across. Put a little bit on the edge to make sure that's right. Then what I'm going to do is, since it's 12 inches across, I'm going to take my pencil and make a little mark at 6 inches so that I know where I want to fold my paper to. So I don't know if you can see that, but that little mark is my 6-inch mark. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the left side, I'm going to again line it up so that my edges are straight, and then I'm going to fold that so that my entire side is flat and pretty close to being straight. Then this piece, you're going to overlap over this piece just about a 1/2 inch. Not a lot. It doesn't have to be a 1/2 inch. It's just, you just need to overlap it because you're going to put glue on it. And again, line it up with your bottom so that it's a straight line. You see that, how it's straight? Well, pretty straight. And then you see how I have a little bit of an overlap there. That's so that you can put a little bit of glue the whole length of your way up the side. And then you'd push it down, and hopefully your bag is straight. Mine's not looking exceptionally straight, but you know, these are the things that I have happen in my crafty life. Okay, my bottom is pretty straight, but my top now isn't. What are you gonna do? Anyway, so now this is the bottom. It's all glued up. What you want to do with your bottom, and the bottom is the side that isn't folded over. Remember, we folded over this top. The bottom section is not folded over. See that? So you're going to fold the bottom up as far up as you want to make your height of your bag. This is how high my bag is going to be. And this is how wide the bottom is going to be. If you want your bottom to be wider, you just fold this up more than that. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you're going to squeeze it like this so that the lines in the center, and I'll show you that in just a second, are lined up with the center line in the bag. And let me show you that. You want to fold those down, so I'm going to do that before I explain that center piece to you. Okay. Right here, I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see it. Right here is the center line of our bag. You see that? That's our fold line that we had. It's the sides. Once you squeeze it, that's the sides. That's where they end up, like that. This is the center line of your bag. You need these two pieces to line up with that when you fold it. So when you squeeze this down, the way you want to squeeze it, it's open like this. So what you do is you just squeeze these so that when they lay down, they end up straight like that. Hopefully that made sense. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the bottom and you're going to fold it just a little bit past that center line. Like that, and then you're going to fold it down. Use your bone folder if you need to, and then you're going to lift that up, and right where you have, oh, that's the bottom, right where you have overlap, where this, under this piece, you're going to put a little bit of glue to hold it in place. So only on those two flaps. Then you're going to lay it down. Then you're going to take this piece and you're going to overlap that bottom just a little bit, maybe half an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch, whatever you feel most comfortable with. You can see my glue didn't hold there, so it doesn't have the perfect point. And you want to make sure that it's straight again, like that. Again, lifting it up, and you're going to put glue only on these pink V's right here. See those? So then that will glue it in place, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there to ensure that the bottom stays down. Now we need to make the sides of our bags, and the way you make your sides is, you see this V right here? Hopefully you can see the V of the paper. You want to fold this, and I'm not that great at lining things up, but you want to fold it so that your sides go into that point. And it should be a pretty natural fold. And then you want to just make sure that it's straight across the top and down the side. I probably should have gone over further. Yeah, I probably should have. You should have it more in lined up with that line, this line right at the bottom. It's a strength problem at this juncture. As you know, my strength is sad. There we go. So you see how this line and this line now are even. Then you're going to do the same on this side. You're going to fold your side in until you're lined up, till, hopefully you can see this, until this line and this line are laying side by side. You want to fold that down. You're not going to glue this. You're just going to fold it. And bone folder, if you think you want to bone folder it, that's perfectly fine. And I probably should have been doing that a lot more, but I didn't. There we go. Same on this side. Make sure you have a nice flat side. Then, so those are our sides. At this point is when the video I watched recommended you put your holes in for your ribbons. So I'm going to just use my hole punch, and you can do this over a piece of foam or a piece of cardboard, but it does help if you have something to punch this over. I have this box I think ought to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, in between, I'm going to put a hole right there, and I need to make my hole pretty big because I'm going to have to be able to get my ribbons through it. And I'm going to do another hole, hopefully that's close on this side. I'm going to make my holes a little bit bigger because I want to be able to get a ribbon through there, and I don't know if I'll be able to get that ribbon through these little holes. Okay, hopefully it's close to being lined up. Then I have this string that matches the dark color in it, and I'm going to just take a piece. I have a piece that's probably, let's measure it. I'd say it's probably 3 feet long, but I might be a little bit off. It's more like, I'd say 3.5 feet long. And I'm going to cut it in half so that I have 2 distinct ribbons. And I'm going to cut mine at an angle. Once I do this, I'm going to cut it like that so that I can weave it through my holes. So I put my I put my ribbon through my hole from the inside out because I'm going to weave mine through to the other side. There we go. And it really depends on how long you want your straps to be. Now I'm going to tie them to each other inside. I think I made it too long. I'm going to make mine shorter. Then I'm going to tie it in the inside. I'm going to tie it into 3 knots. Then we're going to cut off the excess like that. And then I'll do the same to the other side. We're going to take it from the inside and we're going to poke it through, hopefully, to the outside. So there are our ribbons. So then what we need to do to finish our bag, we've already taken our sides and our bottom. Now all we have to do is take our bottom and just poke out the corners. I know it's hard to believe, but there you have it. We've made ourselves a bag, and it looks pretty much like every other bag that you see. And then what you're going to want to do, if you want to make the bottom reinforced, which I really recommend, is you're going to take a piece of cardboard, and I'm just going to take the same box I've been playing with. Okay, I have this doubled up. It's cardstock that's very heavy, but it's also doubled up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay my bag on top of it, and I'm going to make a mark with a pen or pencil of the box. Now keep in mind that, or bag, not box, bag. Keep in mind that your inside of your bag is going to be smaller than the outside. So you want to make it, excuse me, you want to make your piece in the inside smaller than this. So I'm going to cut it like this, because my lines are hopefully this is going to be fine, but I want to put a little piece of, or a little glue stick in the inside of it because I don't want it to be the pink side. I want it to be the white side so that it blends in with the inside of the bag. And then you can put, once you've checked to make sure it fits inside your bag, what you can do is you can then glue it in by putting some of the glue on the bottom. I'm just going to lay mine inside. I know you're probably thinking, what are the odds that that worked? But there you have it. Can you see it down in there? I probably made my bag taller than I should have, but that's, you know, that's just for what I'm going to do with it, I guess is what I'm saying. But it's just all a matter of how tall you want your bag to be. I'm just going to pull out my cardboard and put a little bit of glue stick on it so it sticks to the bottom of the bag. And I'll show you what I bought to go in it for my girlfriend. Here's the side that it's going to be showing. I went to a craft show and I videotaped it. Of course, you know how Rich and Sandy operate. I accidentally deleted the video, but it was really, really fun. And the woman makes things out of gourds. And this is one of the things that she made. It's alcohol inks, and she used some kind of tool that made these marks in this gourd. This is a gourd. It's not anything other than it's real. It's a gourd. And I loved how she painted with alcohol markers and I think Sharpies. And then on this side, she cut into it and made all these cuts and then put some kind of ink in the marks. Really beautiful. Then my girlfriend loves snowmen, so I decided this was my version of a snowman, even though it's not a snowman at all. But this is a gourd that the lady made with a little gourd, little penguin. And I thought it was just adorable. Isn't it cute? How it looks like a little igloo and a little, it's so cute. And it's so lightweight. I mean, this is just so darn cute and so lightweight. I loved it. And then the other thing I bought, and this is, I can't decide if this is what I want to give my girlfriend tomorrow for her birthday, but this is what I really like that she made. And she made a lot of these. I thought he was adorable for Thanksgiving, and my girlfriend's birthday is November 2nd, and this is the first time we've been together because of COVID since then, and I don't know if I should give her this or the dragonfly. What do you guys recommend? I can't decide. Oh, anyway, whichever I choose, I'm going to be giving it to her tomorrow, so it's too late to be doing any voting on that. Then the very last thing I bought from this lady were these little sunflowers. And I think they were $1 a piece, but I thought they were so cute. And what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to put a little magnet on the back and make them as a refrigerator magnet, because I thought they were so darn cute, aren't they? And I think she charged me $1 a piece for those. Yes, $1 a piece. And I will put, if I have her information, the gourd lady, if I have her information, which I think I do, I'll put it below the video in case any of you are interested in contacting her. I wish I would have had more of her video, because, or of her things that she made on video, because she made so many beautiful things and so many cute things and just unique as anything, and I loved these. So, I wanted to show you one more thing, and that is, how do you make one of these bags if you want to make a bag bigger than the paper you have? So let me put these away real quick, and I'll show you how to do that. Now we're going to make a bag. If you need to make a bigger bag and you don't have like gift wrap that you could use the same technique we just used, we're going to use two 12 by 12 inch pieces of paper, and you're going to put them facing the same way. I have both of mine, and mine are very lightweight. You need really lightweight for this lightweight paper. I would use either magazine paper or paper from a newspaper or map. Things like that would be light enough weight. So you want to fold these ends over like you did before, the top, and you want to fold them together so you get exactly the same fold. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where I line it up on the side, hopefully. I don't know if I can do two at the same time. Could be my big issue of strength again. Let's see if we can make sure they're straight. Okay, so that is going to be the top of our bag. Now you're going to take those apart, and again, remember they were both facing the same way. Then you're going to fold the side in, and you're only going to fold it a little bit because the wider this strip, the thinner your bag is going to be. So you want to make, if you want your bag to be as large as you can make it, you want to make this strip as small as you can make it. Hopefully that made sense. Trying to make sure. Okay, that one is straight. And so when you make your flap, you're going to make flap on the same, two on the same side, because when you flip it over, then the other flap will be able to be glued to make a continuous loop like our other pieces were. So what I need to do is put little glue on this one. Okay, so now we've got glue on both of our strips. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this one and you're going to glue that bag onto it so that they are, whoops, hopefully, so they're exactly the same length. Our goal here is to make sure that these are the same length. Then we're going to take our other side. This is the side, the other glued piece, and we're just going to add our glue on that one. Hopefully. If you do this and one of your pieces is a little longer than the other one, all I would do is just, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that little piece off before I go on. Then our next step is we're going to do exactly what we did with our first bag. We're going to fold over the bottom. So then what our next step is we're going to decide how tall we want our bag. And in our case, we're not going to want this bag to be as tall. We just want it to be wider. So we're going to fold it like this and make sure it's straight. Make sure both sides are even. And then, I don't know if you remember what we did next, but what we did next is we squeezed our sides. Hopefully you can see this. And made sure that our lines are even with our center. Right? Like, you want to make sure you get out any kind of, if you have a little crease in there, you want to make sure you get that out. So we're going to put that in like that. Making sure that line is in the center. Same with this side. You got to make sure if you have any weird little bobbly things, you want to line them up so it's in the center, and then get rid of any weird marks there. So we're lined up straight. Then we want to take this piece and we want to take it to the center and a little bit over and fold it down like that, and take our glue stick and put it just under that flap that we just put in. I'm going to glue that in place. Then we're going to take the upper part and we're going to fold it down just so it overlaps at a little bit, maybe, I think I maybe have like 1/4 of an inch. And you're going to fold your paper down, pick it back up, and put glue just on that triangle, this triangle, and then right in the edge where that will lay. And then we're going to squeeze those down. And now we need to fold in our sides. And again, our side folds in so that our, hopefully you can see this, so that our line, our V, right, or our angle right here is even with that. And you want to make sure that you fold down your sides really well. Get your bone folder out. Make sure that's well adhered. And go to this side, folding that side in to that point again, like that. And get our paper up. Okay. And then we're going to poke holes like we did before. And you want to poke your holes in this section. I'm going to poke one right there, and I'm going to poke one beside it so that I have room to get my ribbon in. And then I'm going to poke another one. This pattern is easy because it makes it so that you can kind of figure out, like I'm halfway between two of these. So if I'm halfway between two of them, I should be able to be pretty close. And then I'm going to get my ribbon. Now this time, again, I'm going to cut and make a little point so it's easier to weave this through. And then if you can get it started, this of course is the trickiest part for me, as always. I think this time I'm going to just knot it like you do, like they do it. I go like that long, maybe a little shorter. And I'm just going to make, I'll just do it the other way, the way I did it the last time. I just didn't like the look of it inside the bag. No, I think I'm just going to make a little knot, like I keep talking myself out of. Because I really think, even though it's not the prettiest look in the world, and it doesn't stay really well, it's not as, I don't know, I didn't like the look of the ribbon inside the bag with the other one. I'm double knotting that, see that? I'm going to do the same on this side. Then we have to figure out how long I made my strap. The best way to do it is just to kind of hold them up so they're even. Here's how I do it. I kind of do this so I'm sure they're even. And then I'm going to open it up and knot the inside. I think if you want a really good hold on these, you might want to do tear tape or a really firm or a really good wet glue, because I just realized that my side on this side was coming unglued. So I forewarn you about that. Okay, so then what you want to do is you want to pop out your bottom. Hold on, you want to make sure your sides fold in like they normally would. And if you didn't do a good crease, then sometimes you won't end up with, with your sides folding the way they should. So now's the time that if you think you're going to have problems with your folds, now's the time to re-examine them. And if you think, like in this case, this fold doesn't want to play with me because the upper fold right here isn't really creased well. So I'm just going to have to crease them again just to make sure they stay nice and folded. And there we have our lovely little bag. And this bag is almost 8 inches long, no, wide, excuse me, by about 9 1/4 inches tall. And on the sides it is got a 3 inches across this part. So it's a nice size bag. Of course, you're going to put a piece of cardboard in the bottom, but I think this is really simple. I hope I explained it well for you and that you give this a thumbs up and subscribe, and please tell your friends about me on social media because you know I love that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.